presentation is going to be on developing the potential of young people, which is a recipe for sustainable development in Africa. Today we will talk about the most important issues that we really need to talk about, issues that we need to take action on. And first, I identified 3 pillars for us to have the young people developed, to build the potentials of young people in Africa, and to achieve sustainable development in Africa. We have to build these 3 pillars. And I want all the awardees here, the representative of different foreign embassies in Nigeria, and all people here in this hall, I want you to pay more attention on these 3 pillars. And these are investment opportunities. Because we cannot develop young people, we cannot achieve sustainable development without these pillars. And if we have to invest our resources, we can only invest in these 3 pillars. And that's what will guarantee sustainable development in Africa. We may have option to invest in oil and gas, we may invest in building infrastructures, but trust me, these 3 pillars are more important to invest on more than any other resource, especially oil and gas and building bigger or taller buildings. So let's review what are these 3 pillars that we need to invest on. The number 1 is values. We don't have to invest in oil and gas first. We don't have to build big taller buildings. We first need to build value. And I will explain what I mean by values. The second pillar is personal development. We cannot grow, we cannot achieve sustainable development without personal development. The third pillar is leadership. Leadership, or if you like, you can add governance. So I'm going to pick each of these 3, and I'll explain what I mean by them, and areas of specific investment in these 3 pillars. Now let's look at value. We can first define where do we need to invest in value by first defining what value is to us. And we can define value in our lives, in our society, by asking ourselves, what success means to us? We can define our values by redefining what success is to you. We can also know what success means to us if you can answer these 3 questions. The first question is, what is more important to you? What do you take as important? On the left-hand side, we have money. On the right-hand side, we have knowledge, skill, and character. If you approach young people today and you give them option to choose between money and knowledge, skills, character, majority of them will choose money. So we have to go back to the drawing board and make sure that young people are choosing knowledge, skill, and character first before choosing money. So you can actually see your success in yourself or in others. I can only measure my success by what I'm able to get to myself, or what gain I get to myself. You can define your success by that. Or you can define your success by seeing success in other people. When you see the next person to you succeeding, and you term that and define that as your own success, that means you have the right value. But when you don't see any other person's success as a success, you only see your own success as a success, that means you have issue with your value. And now I want you all in this hall to answer this question in your mind. Where do you see your success? You see the money in your pocket, or the money that you give out to other people for their own use or progress? The third question is, who do you respect? Do you respect the person with the Barbariga, the person with the big car, the person with the big mansion, the person with the position of authority? Who do you respect? Do you respect people with material wealth, or do you respect people with character and knowledge? Who do you vote for in election? It's the person that gives you money, or the person that has the ideas? You can all define your success. You can define your values by answering this question. Let me give you a story when I visited the university here in Abuja. I went with a friend and I met a student of the university. And the student asked me, "Sir, where do you work?" I said, "I'm a university lecturer." He said, "Okay." And he asked my friend, he said, "Where do you work?" My friend said, "I work in PTDF." And the student said, "Wow." So it's wow to work in PTDF. It's not wow to be a scholar. You understand? So that's how the boy defined success. That's what the boy defined. Who does he respect? People nowadays, we respect people because of their money. If you have all the knowledge in the world, if you have the best character, people then see that as a source of respect. So for us to develop as a nation, as Africa, we have to go back to the definition of success. We have to redefine our values. And as much as we struggle to succeed, to get money, to succeed in every endeavor, we should make effort, deliberate and strategic effort to build our value. Value cannot just come to us. Character, knowledge cannot come to us just like that. We, the young people, we have to struggle to build our character. We have to invest in building our character and values. And I want this foundation also to invest in creating and instilling values in people. And it's only through values that we can have contentment. And we will not have greediness. It's only greediness in Africa. You have 1 billion naira in your account and you are aiming to steal the next 1 million naira. Because you lack the value. You lack contentment. If you have value, you will have contentment. So all the issue of corruption we are talking about in Africa or in Nigeria, it all has a result of loss of our values. Because values are what teach us how to be contented with what we have. I'll give you a small story of a professor who invited his 2 former students to visit him in his house, and he brought a pot of coffee and varieties of cups. And the students were rushing to get the fancy and flashy cups, the glass cups made of ceramic. They were not dashing towards the cups made of plastic. So they were bothered about the fancy, the luxury of the cup. They didn't care about what are they going to take in that cup. And the professor said, "Why are you guys rushing for the cups? While all what you need to do is to take a coffee." Coffee does not change taste by the type of cup you use. And initially they were telling about life, how life was treating them, about their jobs, about their money. And he said, "Okay, let me use this opportunity to tell you about value. Let me teach you what's life." And the professor said, "Life is the coffee. It's the coffee that you use, like put in the cup and you drink. And the cups," the professor said, "are the money, are your job, your status, your marriage, and everything you mentioned. These are made of cups, and these are instruments of life. The types of cups you have does not determine the taste of the coffee. So cups does not change the taste of coffee. You can even take your coffee in any lower cup." Sometimes, the professor said, sometimes by concentrating so much on the types of cups, we tend to forget to enjoy the taste of the coffee. By concentrating so much on luxuries of lives, the monies, the cars, the mansions, we forget to enjoy the taste of life. Because we think life is all these luxuries, but they are not. What gives you happiness and contentment is the value. It's the value that will give you contentment, and you feel happy and make the best use of what you have and become happy in life. And the professor is telling them, don't measure your success by the cups, because what you need to do is just to take the coffee. And for us to establish value, we have to build in parenting. Many people want to be parents, but they don't know what it takes to be parents. A lot of parents need to be educated on what it takes to be a dad and a mom. There are many people who can be fathers, but they cannot afford to be dads. There are many mothers who are mothers, but they cannot afford to be moms. Because there is a big difference between being a father and being a dad. Being a father is just to give birth to a child. Any grown-up adult can do that. But being a dad is when you're able to wake up in the morning, you struggle hard to make sure that you put a roof on top of your child's head, to put clothes on the back of your child, and to put food on the table. Not every father does that. And not every father knows how to give discipline and give character and knowledge and train young people and children to believe that material wealth are not the measure of success in the world. And that's when everything starts. That child, that student from that university got that training from his parents, because our parents are our first teachers. So we have to go back to the parent for us to build our values. For us to build value, I put up this picture, the Great Wall of China. Maybe someone will start thinking that for us to have values in Nigeria, we have to build great walls. Like Trump is trying to build great walls in America. No, that's not what I mean. What I mean, I'm going to give you a story about China. How China wanted to protect themselves. What China did was they created great walls. Big walls, because they wanted to protect themselves from external aggression. And what happened? After building this great wall, China was invaded. How? China was invaded not through the fence, but through the gates. The guards compromised because they lacked values. They lacked integrity. The people came from outside, they bribed the guards, and they invaded China. And from that time, China realized that for us to grow, for us to be protected, we have to build value. We have to build integrity. And that's why you see corruption. It's not condoned in China. It's not permitted. It's not even, you cannot even try it in China. Because they know what lack of integrity, what lack of value can lead to them. So for us to also grow like China, we have to build that integrity. We have to build the character and values. And that's why even in Nigeria, we are well celebrated years before. Because we thought we had values that time. Nigeria was growing. The economy was booming. We are doing much better then. Why? Because we had our values at that time. But now, we have to ask ourselves if we have that value. We cannot have a growth without value and integrity. So the first thing we need to invest for sustainable development in Africa is integrity and value. So we have to shift our priority. When we give priority from building system to building value. You can have the best system, but not any system will work without value, without integrity. Even in civil service, when you want to fight corruption, when you want to have growth, no matter how good your plan is, if the people lack value, you will not get there. You will not see the light, because you have to start from the beginning, the values. That's why I said we need special intervention. And I want everyone here to take control, to take responsibility of building and promoting value. That's the first thing we need to do. And that's why I said this is the first pillar. And now let's move to the next pillar, which is personal development. You may have the value, but that's not enough. You have to build yourself. As a young person, for you to build your potential, you have to have the skill, you have to have knowledge. Having value is not enough. You have to develop yourself as a young person, as young people. The best infrastructure you can have is not the beautiful roads, it's not the taller buildings. These are not the best infrastructure. The best infrastructure is the mind. You have to build your mind, and that's when you have the best infrastructure. We have to build the mind of young people, and that's when we have infrastructure that we need. What makes country great is the people. What makes country great It's the people. Country cannot make people great. Just being in Nigeria does not mean that you will be great. We are the ones to make Nigeria great. And we can only do that if we have the skills and if we have the knowledge of making ourselves great first. People become great through personal development. You can mention great people in the world. They didn't achieve that unless with personal development. And for us to develop as a nation, we have to develop personally. We have to develop individually. And that's what accumulates to become national development. Sometimes we think going to school is personal development. But personal development has gone beyond schooling. Because there is a difference between schooling and education. Knowledge is in the air. You can breathe knowledge wherever you are. As much as you can breathe air wherever you are in this world, that's how you can learn wherever you go. You don't have to go to school for you to learn. So we have to start thinking beyond the classroom. We have to start thinking beyond school for us to build, to have personal development. We cannot just count personal development by counting the budgets in school. It's gone beyond that. It goes beyond schooling. It goes to skills and knowledge. We have to also shift priority from chasing money to solving problems. We as young people, as a nation, we have to start solving problems. Because the secret of success says solve problem and then you succeed. The secret of money says solve problem and you get money. And you cannot solve problem without skill. And you cannot have skill without personal development. And you cannot develop personally just by relying on school. So you see, everything is not restricted within classroom. And let me give you examples. These guys are the founders of Google, and they're one of the richest men in the world today. Why? What they did was, they were able to solve problems. People wanted to search for information on the internet. There is not any gateway to searching for specific information on the internet. They created Google. What they did then was solving a problem. And what happened after that? Money followed them. So the secret of money is solve the problem and then the money will come. So young people should not think there's a shortcut to making money or to success. We have to first start thinking of what problem can we solve? What skills do we need to have to solve the problem? And let me give you another popular example. The Facebook founder. The Facebook founder realized that the mainstream media was politicized, is monopolized, and he thought of an idea. How can we create opportunity for people to share information freely, even if it's against the government? You can post anything you want on social media, even if your governor does not like it. But you cannot go on TV, you cannot go on to NTA and say certain things. But through social media, you can say your mind. But he said, I want to solve this problem. I want to give people voices. I want to give people platform to share their minds and share information that you cannot say on mainstream media. And he created Facebook. Another problem he wanted to solve was social problem. People want to connect with their friends all around the world. He created Facebook. And what happened after that? Money followed him. So the secret here is solve a problem and the money will come to you. And the last example is Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs said, oh, this computer is huge, it's big. It's as big as this laptop. How can we reduce the size of computer? And he created a laptop. He reduced the size from desktop to desktop, small size, to laptop. He did that, he solved problem. And what happened after that? Money followed him. So the secret is solve a problem. You cannot get it the other way around. You have to follow the process of solving a problem, and you cannot solve a problem without a skill, and you can have a skill without personal development. So school is not enough, because school can only give you knowledge, but may not give you the skills, especially the modern skills. So learning has to go beyond classroom, and that's the major point. And we, the young people, to build our potential and achieve sustainable development, because in any kind of development, we must be at the center stage. What we need to do is to have the correct vision. Most young people, if you ask them, what's your vision? They will tell you, my vision is to become president of Nigeria, to become the governor of my state, to become a senator, to become blah, blah, blah. Position. We even teach our children that the best vision you can have is try to be president. But that is not a vision. Wanting to become president is not a vision. But trying to solve a problem, that's a vision. You may want to use the office of the presidency to fix a particular problem. So you are using the presidency as a tool, but not it just becomes an ambition to get the tool, the tools that you can use to solve problems. So we have to get the right vision. All of us as young people, we have to have the vision of solving a particular problem in society. And we can also do it without position. We can achieve success without becoming president, without becoming the governor of our state. There's so much more we can do beyond politics. And every kind of investment, we have to center it on youth. So even if we want to build value, even if we want to build personal development, we have to target the youth. Because the youth are the present and they are the future. That's why I wonder, and it disheartens me to see children roaming on the streets, begging without their necessary education, and they will grow up to become adults. One way or the other, they will be in strategic positions, and that will haunt us back as a country. So we have to do something about this, especially child development. Politician sentiment or political sentiment. Politicians bother so much about building taller buildings, so that from the aeroplane you can see taller building and say, that governor is working. You can build roads and call the president and commission it and say, you take pictures, yeah, this governor is working. But when you build value, when you build personal development, do you see it? You don't immediately see it, but it's in there. And that will lead to the physical development in the future. So politicians want something they will be praised today, tomorrow, so that they can win 2019. We have to be sincere. This morning I saw this picture from Borno State. I don't know which state it is. Maybe likely Borno State. And this is youth empowerment. This is shoe shining kits. A governor is sharing a shoe shining kits to the young people. Instead of training them, giving them the right skills in the modern world, he's training them how to live poor. Even shoe shining, there's a better way of doing it. You don't stick to tradition. And I saw this picture, I said, look at the kids. Look at what these young people are trained to be. While young people in America are building great things, are building phones, laptops, aeroplanes, creation of amazing things, but we are training our young people how to shine our shoes. Whose shoes? So politicians, look at this. This is a wheelbarrow, and you're giving them one sack of orange. So you're asking them to go and push wheelbarrow. You can imagine. So politicians, we have to stop thinking about what can we take a picture of it right now. To what the things are, you cannot take a picture of them. You cannot take a picture of value. Alright, so it's gone. You cannot take a picture of value and integrity. I know you can take a picture of sharing shoe shining pics to you. But forget about what the media will carry. Think about society, think about the future. And that's why, since when I came back to Nigeria, I commit to building personal development, to building the young people's potential. And what I did was to create a program I called Leadership and Personal Development. And I have so far trained over 1,000 people in the area of leadership and personal development. Building ethics, building integrity, values, personal development, building your skills, getting the right vision in your life. And this is what we need to be doing. And that training is more important than even a university degree. Because university degree does not teach you character sometimes and integrity. Sometimes it teaches you the other way around, the opposite. So we have to invest in lifelong learning beyond classrooms. And this brings me to the last pillar and the end of my talk this evening, which is leadership. First, we have to identify the correct concept of leadership. Okay. Many people think leaders are the Senate president, the governors, but no, they are not the exclusive leaders. There are leaders who is positioned, but everyone here, everyone is a leader. Or everyone is a potential leader if you like it. But there are certain conditions. Once you can make difference, once you can influence something, once you can take responsibility, once you can be selfless, that's what makes you a leader. So don't delay taking actions, thinking that you don't have a position now, there's nothing I can do, I don't have money now, there's nothing I can do. Leadership begins with you. Not change, but leadership. Leadership begins with everyone here. We can take responsibility of building our own character, changing your own self, influencing your own self, making difference in your own life. That's what makes you a leader. If you think you want to come here and learn something, that's leadership step. When you want to go to something, a place where you need to learn new skills, learn new knowledge, that's leadership. You are leading yourself. So leadership can also be within yourself. And we should remove the illusion that we cannot do anything without position. And everyone is a leader. At least we have these powers. We have what we call referent power, expert power, reward power, coercive power, legitimate power, idea power, and self power. You must have at least one or two of these powers. Referent power. Someone out there is looking up to you, admiring you. He likes your personality, he likes the way you walk, he likes the way you talk, he likes the way you dress. He's copying from you, you don't even know. You are leading that person. Whatever you do, in terms of behavior or character, that person will look up to you. Even your children, you have referent power of them. Expert power. Oh, I'm a petroleum economist. I have a PhD in petroleum economics. When I talk about oil and gas, people will listen. That's correct. Even if you're wrong. Because you have the expert power. Reward. People do something because of your reward or because of your punishment. That's another power. Legitimate power. When you subscribe to this foundation, so you have to be answerable to the chairman or in any club, things like that. So anyway, let me move quickly because of time. And then, talking about governance. For us to develop the potentials of young people and achieve sustainable development in Africa, we have to change our leaders' code of ethics. Who do you appoint as minister? Who do you appoint as commissioner, as SA? Is it your loyal boy? Is it the loyal member of your party? Or the most competent person? The code of ethics in choosing leaders is not by qualification or competence, especially in Africa, is by who really served me politically, who is in my political party, who is my trust loyal boy, and I will appoint him. And we should not play politics with development. Development starts with governance. And governance, I'm rushing because of time, governance starts with providing the basic things. Many people become corrupt because they are their own government. Because the government failed to provide health care, the right to education, access to energy, power, and transport system. So people in Nigeria and Africa sometimes become corrupt. They lose their values because they want to get money to provide these things for themselves. But someone called me from UK, he said, "Doctor, do you think we should increase the minimum wage? Because poverty is exacerbated in Africa, in Nigeria, inflation is high." I said, no. You don't need to increase the minimum wage. What you need to do is to provide these things. No matter how much you increase the wage, it will never be enough. As long as people have to take care of their health care, provide the right education for their children, and provide electricity for themselves in their own house independently, all this thing yourself, no much of salary will be enough for you. And it will keep pushing the inflation higher and higher, and we lose the value of our currency, and we send our investors away. So I think the best thing we need to do in terms of governance is to provide the basic provision. Nigeria is blessed with oil and gas. We have the largest gas reserve in Africa, more than any other country in Africa, but we are still living in poverty. Many people think when you have oil and gas, that's okay, you will grow. But no amount of natural resource will be enough for you unless you have the right leadership. You have the right governance. So the basic thing we need to do to grow is not to have oil and gas, is to have the good governance. And I will conclude by narrating one secret revealing a secret of development, sustainable development. And this has been tested all over the world. No country will grow, will flourish and prosper on revenues from natural resources alone. We cannot grow relying on oil and gas revenue. We can only grow relying on tax revenue. Because that's what ensures accountability, transparency, and inclusive participation in governance. Because if we contribute to the development of governance, of society, with my money, pocket money, everyone is paying tax, then the government will make sure that they don't abscond people's money. And if they do that, we will all take responsibility because it's our money. I don't have time much to explain more on this, but I'm sure with these 3 pillars, values, personal development, and leadership are the major things we need to build the potential of young people and achieve sustainable development. And I wish this foundation will also take these 3 pillars as their major priorities, and everyone here to take these 3 pillars as priorities. Thank you so much for having me.
How was it? Yeah, but